Hey everyone, welcome back to my embedded school. In today's video, we're going to build a simple but fun project using the Raspberry Pi Pico, a heads or tails game. This project is perfect for beginners and will help you get comfortable with coding and working with the Pico. Let's get started. Alright, so what exactly is the heads or tails game? It's basically a digital coin flip that randomly displays either heads or tails on an LED display or your computer screen. It's a great introduction to randomization and programming, and we'll be doing it all with a little bit of code and the Raspberry Pi Pico. Here's what you'll need for this project: a Raspberry Pi Pico board, a breadboard, some jumper wires, 2 LEDs, red for heads and green for tails, resistors, 220 ohms for each LED, a push button for triggering the flip, and a USB cable to connect the Pico to your computer. First things first, let's set up our circuit. We'll connect our LEDs to 2 GPIO pins on the Pico. The green LED will represent heads, and the red will represent tails. Here's how you wire it up. Attach the red LED's anode to GPIO pin 16 and the green LED's anode to GPIO pin 17 using a 220 ohms resistor. Attach the short cathode of both LEDs to ground. Now, we'll add the push button. Connect one leg of the button to GPIO pin 14 and the other leg to ground. Great! With that, our circuit setup is complete. Now it's time to jump into the code. To program the Pico, we'll use MicroPython. Open Thonny, the Python IDE, and make sure it's set to interact with the Raspberry Pi Pico. Let's start by writing the code for our game. Let's go over what each part of this code does. First, we import the necessary libraries and define our GPIO pins. We then create a flip function that randomly chooses between heads and tails using random function that import from the random library and lights up the respective LED. Finally, we set up a loop that listens for a button press and calls the flip function whenever it's pressed. If you don't know about how to write button press code, please check our previous video. Alright, let's test it out. Connect your Pico to your computer, upload the code, and press the button. You should see one of the LEDs light up randomly each time. Let's try it a few more times. And there you go. Our heads or tails game is working perfectly. And that's it. You've built a simple heads or tails game using the Raspberry Pi Pico. This project is a fun way to get familiar with randomization, GPIO pins, and MicroPython. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more beginner-friendly projects like this.